My ghostwriter presents Echoes of Tomorrow, the Nexus of Man, Machine, and Nature, produced by Timothy Robertson. Chapter 1, Dawnbreak. Over-innovation. The sun peeked over the horizon, casting a warm glow that slowly dispelled the lingering shadows of night. Portland, Maine woke to the light of a new day, the kind that promised fresh challenges and untold stories in the fusion of ancient rhythms and modern strides. Nestled amid this evolving cityscape, an unassuming building stood as a beacon of progress, its glass facade reflecting the breaking dawn with a quiet assertion of purpose. This was the heart of innovation, where the future was not merely dreamt but diligently crafted. Inside, the facility buzzed with an anticipatory silence, as if the very walls were holding their breath in expectation of the day's endeavors. Corridors whispered the tales of yesterday's triumphs and today's hope, leading to a room where the heart of the operation pulsed steadily. Here, Hex Knighthawk stood at the threshold of day and possibility, his gaze fixed on the burgeoning light that filled the room through expansive windows. Hex was a figure of contemplation against the backdrop of dawn, embodying the bridge between aspiration and reality. His mind, a vast expanse of strategy and innovation, mulled over the delicate balance his team endeavored to maintain. The synergy of technology, humanity, and nature. This equilibrium was not a distant dream, but a tangible, pressing necessity, and Hex bore the weight of its pursuit, with a resilience honed by years of dedication. Around him, screens flickered to life, banishing the room's remaining shadows with the vibrant faces of his team. This morning, like every morning, they convened in a symphony of pixels and ambition, each member a vital note in the harmony they sought to create. "Good morning," Hex greeted, his voice the anchor in the flux of technology and human connection. "Let's synchronize our efforts." "Morning, Hex," came the chorus of replies, a mosaic of accents and backgrounds unified by a common cause. Marina Waters, her screen framed by research clutter, was the first to dive into the heart of the meeting. The coral reef sensors are picking up some curious data, temperature fluctuations that don't match historical patterns. It's subtle but consistent. Interest piqued, Hex leaned forward. "Implications?" he inquired, already calculating the potential chain reactions such anomalies could set off. Before Marina could speculate, Joseph Tech Lansing, his backdrop a testament to digital wizardry, jumped in. "I can tweak our AI models to delve deeper. There might be an underlying pattern we're missing." Hex nodded, a silent concurrence to the plan. "Proceed, Tech. Let's stay proactive." The conversation flowed seamlessly to Annika Brame, who offered a solution as innovative as it was audacious. "What if we integrate biosonar technology into our monitoring systems? We could improve our detection capabilities tenfold." Hex absorbed her suggestion, the gears of his mind visibly turning. "Innovative and bold, Annika," he commended. "Draft a proposal. Let's explore every avenue." As the meeting unfolded, the sun climbed higher, its rays an artist rendering the restless sea and the waking city in hues of gold and cerulean. Hex felt the weight of the day's potential settle around him, a mantle he wore with both pride and humility. The team's dialogue weaved a tapestry rich with ideas, collaboration, and a shared vista of challenges on the horizon. Their mission was as complex as it was critical, to pioneer a future where nature and technology didn't just coexist but thrived in mutual enhancement. Hex, Marina, Tech, Annika, and the unseen members of the team held between them the threads of possibility, their collective efforts a tapestry of hope and innovation. As the meeting drew to a close, Hex's thoughts lingered on the tasks ahead, the challenges they faced a testament to the remarkable era they were part of. "Team, our journey is one of balance and foresight. Let's tread this path with the diligence it demands. Today, as ever, we innovate not just for tomorrow, but for all the tomorrows to come." The screens dimmed, leaving Hex in contemplative solitude. Outside, Portland stirred under the light of day, a city on the cusp of futures imagined and yet to be discovered. And in his heart, Hex nurtured the conviction that within their hands lay the tools to shape those futures, an echo of tomorrow hewn from the nexus of man, machine, and nature. With one last glance at the horizon, Hex turned from the window, the weight of leadership, a familiar presence. Today was a day like any other, filled with unknowns and laced with the promise of progress. And Hex Knighthawk, amidst the silence of his office, felt ready to meet it head-on, his team at his back, and innovation as their guiding star. Chapter 2: The Digital Seascape. As the morning transformed from a soft dawn into a bright day, the team dispersed into their respective domains of expertise, each set to unravel the intricacies of their latest challenge. Across the expanse of continents and time zones, Marco Alvarez sat in his quaint workspace, cluttered with the charming chaos of gadgets and greenery, a digital frontier awaiting his command. The vibrant life of Argentina hummed outside his window, a world away from Portland, yet intrinsically connected through the marvels of modern technology. Marco's fingers danced across the keyboard, a maestro at his piano, orchestrating an ensemble of code and data. The task at hand was monumental yet stimulating, igniting his passion for problem-solving. "Let's peel away the mysteries of the ocean, shall we?" he murmured to himself, his screen alight with the complexities of the artificial intelligence models tech had requested enhancement on. Simultaneously, miles away, in the heart of the ocean's embrace, Marina Waters watched her screens with bated breath. Her connection to the sea was palpable, a bond forged through years of devotion and discovery. The data streaming in from the sensors, her eyes and ears in the deep, spoke a language she understood, one of currents, creatures, and coral. Yet today, it whispered of anomalies, of silent tremors within the ocean's vast expanse. Back in Marco's domain, an idea sparked to life. What if, he pondered, our AI could not only analyze but predict, weaving together the myriad threads of environmental data into a tapestry of foresight? The concept was daring, a leap into the unknown realms of machine learning, yet undeniably thrilling. His coding became more fervent, a symphony of innovation as he integrated new algorithms with unprecedented capabilities. Through the digital window offered by his software, Marco sought to give the team a glimpse into the future, a preview of the ocean's tale yet untold. Not far from the edge of innovation, Tech Lansing watched the collaborative effort unfold. His expertise in systems and software was the glue binding the team's technological endeavors, his role pivotal in the seamless fusion of data and analysis. "Marco's onto something," Tech acknowledged, his screens a mirror to Marco's breakthroughs. "Let's bolster the infrastructure, make sure it can support this new level of predictive modeling." Meanwhile, Marina's gaze remained locked on the shifting patterns illustrated by the sensors. The temperature fluctuations, initially subtle, now painted a clearer picture of disturbance. This could be the herald of something larger, something unseen, she mused, her intuition as a marine biologist honing in on the potential ramifications for the ecosystem. As the day waned into afternoon, Marco's creation began to take shape, an AI model not just of reactive analysis but of predictive power. The digital seascape before him buzzed with potential, its algorithms churning through data with newfound purpose. "Team," Marco's voice broke through the virtual workspace, a beacon of excitement and anticipation. "I think we've got something revolutionary here. Our AI can now predict ecological shifts before they happen, giving us a crucial head start in our conservation efforts." The revelation ignited a flurry of responses, each member of the team buoyed by the possibilities this breakthrough presented. Hex, ever the visionary, recognized the turning point they stood upon. "Marco, this could change everything," he said, his voice a mixture of admiration and resolve. "Let's ensure we use this tool wisely, with respect for the balance we seek to protect." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across continents, the team found themselves on the cusp of a new dawn in environmental conservation. The digital seascape, once a realm of mere monitoring and reaction, now promised a future of anticipation and action, a step closer to the harmony they sought to achieve between man, machine, and the nature that enveloped them all. In the quiet that followed their collective realization, each member of the team sat back, allowing themselves a moment of pride and hope. In their hands lay not just technologies or theories, but the potential for a future where the cacophony of environmental challenges could be met with the symphony of human ingenuity and compassion. Today, the team had not just advanced, they had transformed, stepping boldly into the digital seascape that lay before them, their sights set on the echo of tomorrow. Chapter 3: Engineered Harmony. The day waned into the soft hues of twilight, the shadows lengthening across Portland's historic waterfront as the facility's lights twinkled to life, mirroring the stars beginning to pepper the darkening sky. Within those walls of innovation, the atmosphere buzzed with a palpable energy, the result of the team's groundbreaking strides in predictive environmental conservation. Yet, as Hex Knighthawk surveyed the room, his thoughts lingered on the next piece of the puzzle, integrating Alara's biotechnological innovations to enhance their efforts further. Alara Vance stood at the forefront of this new chapter, her workstation awash with the glow of dozens of screens displaying intricate molecular structures and complex ecological data. Her latest project aimed to introduce a series of bioengineered solutions that promised to revolutionize the way ecosystems could be supported and rehabilitated. Her focus was on biosonar technology, a concept borrowed from nature's own design, honed through millennia of evolution. Imagine, Alara mused aloud, her voice tinged with excitement, if we could replicate the sonar capabilities of bats or dolphins. We could create a system that not only monitors, but also communicates with the environment, responding to its needs in real time. Hex nodded, intrigued. Harmony between technology and nature, he echoed, the idea resonating with the very foundation of their mission. Alara's fingers danced across her keyboard as she outlined the proposal. By engineering a biosonar network, we can establish a dialogue with the ecosystems we're trying to protect. It's not just about surveillance. It's about interaction, about understanding the language of the planet and responding accordingly. As the night deepened, their discussion ventured into the specifics: how to engineer the biosonar devices, the potential challenges in implementation, and the ethical considerations of such a direct intervention into natural processes. Despite the complexity, their dialogue was underscored by a shared optimism, a belief in the feasibility of their ambitious vision. The biosonar could be the key to unlocking a new level of ecological stewardship, Hex mused, his gaze drifting to the city lights beyond the window. It's a step toward not just coexisting with nature, but actively participating in its well-being. Alara smiled, her enthusiasm undimmed by the hours spent in deep concentration. Exactly. We have the technology, and now, with Marco's predictive AI, we can create a symbiotic network, a true nexus of man, machine, and nature. Their planning stretched into the early hours, each detail meticulously weighed and debated. As dawn broke over Portland once more, Alara and Hex, surrounded by schematics and data charts, finally leaned back, a sense of accomplishment washing over them. They had crafted a blueprint for engineered harmony, a plan ambitious in its scope, yet grounded in the possibility of its execution. This is just the beginning, Alara said, her gaze meeting Hex's. Today we've laid the groundwork for a future where our technologies serve as extensions of the natural world, guardians of its balance. Hex nodded, his eyes reflecting the first light of dawn. A future where we're no longer merely observers of nature's majesty, but active participants in its preservation. As the new day ushered in its cascade of challenges and possibilities, the team stood ready at the precipice of innovation. With the introduction of biosonar technology and the power of predictive AI, they were poised to transform the landscape of environmental conservation in profound and lasting ways. Engineered harmony, once a concept relegated to the realms of imagination, was now within their grasp. A testament to the boundless potential of human ingenuity and the unyielding spirit of those committed to safeguarding the planet's future. In the quiet of the morning, as Portland awakened to the rhythm of another day, the facility stood as a beacon of hope, a place where the echoes of tomorrow were being shaped by the hands of those daring enough to dream of a world where technology and nature danced in perfect synchrony. Chapter 4. Echoes of Dissonance. The skies above Portland darkened as a storm brewed on the horizon, a tangible reflection of the challenges that lay ahead for Hex Knighthawk and his team. Inside the safety of the facility, screens glowed like beacons against the gathering gloom, casting light on faces marked by determination and concern. The team had encountered an unforeseen complication, a disruption in the balance they sought to protect, threatening the delicate synergy between man, machine, and nature. Hex stood at the center of the storm within, his mind racing through potential scenarios and solutions. We knew there would be challenges, he began, his voice steady despite the tension that crackled in the air like static. This, dissonance, is just another puzzle to solve. Together, we'll find a way through. Alara Vance, her brows knit in concentration, added, "The latest reports indicate a significant, unexplained die-off in the marine populations we've been monitoring. It's as if an invisible force is at play, disrupting the natural order." Marco Alvarez chimed in from his remote location, his image flickering on one of the many screens. "I've run diagnostics on our tech. Everything's functioning as it should. The issue isn't with our AI or biosonar networks. It's something external." The room fell silent as the gravity of the situation settled over them. A crisis of unknown origin and unclear solution, posing a direct threat to their mission of harmonious balance. Hex's gaze swept over his team, each member ready to rally despite the uncertainty. "It's time to dig deeper," Hex declared. "Alara, work with Marco to cross-reference our data against any environmental changes or anomalies. Perhaps we're looking at a piece of a larger puzzle." Turning to Tech, he continued, "And Tech, ensure our systems are secure and shielded from external interference. We need to rule out any possibility of sabotage or technological malfunction." As the team sprang into action, Hex paused, a momentary solitude amidst the flurry of activity. His thoughts wandered to the broader implications of their challenge. The disruption they faced was not merely a scientific puzzle. It was a test of their tenets, their ability to adapt and innovate under pressure. The echoes of dissonance, though disheartening, also served as a reminder of the stakes at play in their quest for a sustainable future. The hours ticked by as the team worked tirelessly, their efforts a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Alara and Marco pored over environmental data, searching for any clue that might shed light on the marine die-off. Meanwhile, Tech patrolled the digital domain, his vigilance a safeguard against unseen threats. As night deepened, a breakthrough emerged. Alara, her eyes wide with realization, called for Hex's attention. "Hex, we've missed something crucial. There's been a significant chemical spill reported upstream, toxins that could have made their way into the marine ecosystem. It's consistent with the symptoms we're seeing." Hex leaned in, processing the information. "That could be our culprit," he acknowledged. "But how did it go undetected by local environmental agencies?" "The spill must have been small enough to fly under radar initially, but potent enough to cause significant harm," Marco offered. "Our predictive models didn't account for human error of this magnitude." Hex's resolve hardened. "Then we correct course. Marco, adjust our AI to monitor for chemical signatures and anomalies in the future. Alara, let's work on a bioremediation plan. If toxins are the problem, perhaps we can engineer a solution." The storm outside mirrored the one within as Hex and his team navigated through the night, their collective intellect and willpower a counterforce to the echoes of dissonance that threatened their mission. With each passing hour, their resolve deepened, transforming challenges into opportunities for innovation and reaffirming their commitment to the delicate balance of Earth's ecosystems. As dawn approached, signaling the end of their nocturnal vigil, Hex watched the sunrise with a mixture of exhaustion and hope. They had faced down the dissonance, turning its echo into a call to action. And though the road ahead remained uncertain, the unity and determination of his team shone brightly, guiding them through the darkest hours. In Portland, as in countless corners of the world, the nexus of man, machine, and nature faced trials and tests. But for Hex and his team, each challenge was a stepping stone, each setback a lesson learned. Together, they stood ready to face the future, their eyes fixed on the horizon, where the echo of tomorrow's promise whispered of a world reborn in harmony and balance. Chapter 5. Blueprints for Tomorrow. The sky above Portland melted into a tapestry of gold and amber as dusk settled over the city, heralding the end of another day of tireless effort and unwavering dedication. Within the walls of the Innovation Hub, Hex Knighthawk and his team gathered around a newly cleared space, which now served as their strategizing area, a physical manifestation of their resolve to tackle the crisis at hand. "Today, we've uncovered the adversary, an unseen pollution undermining the balance we've strived to create," Hex began, his voice a steady beacon in the sea of uncertainty that lay before them. "Our path forward is clear, though not without obstacles. We must devise not just a solution, but a safeguard for the future." Alara Vance stood by his side, a stack of digital tablets in her arms, each one a repository of ideas, research, and potential solutions. The bioremediation approach seems most promising, she affirmed, her optimism undimmed. By harnessing specific strains of bacteria, we can target the toxins directly. It's nature fighting back, guided by our hand. Marco Alvarez, ever present through the glow of the digital screen, added, "And I've adjusted our AI to detect chemical anomalies. But why stop there? We can create a broader environmental shield, a digital watchdog that alerts us to any threat, be it chemical, physical, or biological." Tech Lansing, surrounded by a fortress of monitors and keyboards, spoke up, his words punctuated by the soft clicking of keys. "I've been working on enhancing our network security, making sure our systems are impervious to sabotage. If we're building a digital watchdog, it needs to be as fortress solid as our resolve." The team nodded in agreement, each member ready to contribute their expertise to the blueprint of their counterattack. Hex, his gaze sweeping over the assembled minds, felt a surge of pride. Here were the architects of the future, not just dreamers, but doers, each willing to push the boundaries of what was possible. "As we move forward," Hex continued, "our efforts will not only repair the damage, but also fortify our environment against future assaults. This is our blueprint for tomorrow, a world where technology not only mends but anticipates, where nature not only survives but thrives." The discussion evolved into a brainstorming session, the air alive with innovation and the spark of creativity. Schemes were drawn and redrawn, ideas debated, and concepts molded into actionable plans. Each member brought their strengths to the table, weaving together a strategy that was both bold and cautious, innovative yet grounded in the realities of their challenge. Alara detailed the stages of bioremediation, outlining a timeline and the resources they'd need. Marco sketched out the framework of the environmental shield, integrating it with the biosonar system for a comprehensive monitoring solution. Tech fortified their digital defenses, ensuring that their operations could proceed unhindered by external threats. As the meeting stretched into the night, the team's blueprint for tomorrow took shape, a multifaceted approach that fused biotech, AI, and cybersecurity into a cohesive defense mechanism. It was a testament to their collective vision, a plan not just to address the immediate crisis, but to prevent similar ones in the future. Exhaustion tugged at them, a reminder of the day's long hours and the weight of responsibility they carried. Yet, as they wrapped up their session, a sense of accomplishment pervaded the room. They had charted a course through the troubled waters, guided by the stars of innovation and the compass of their convictions. Hex, standing before the window, looked out at the city of Portland, its lights a mirror to the stars above. "This," he said, turning to face his team, "is what we're fighting for. A future where humanity and nature exist in harmony, where the challenges of today become the triumphs of tomorrow." The team departed, leaving Hex in the silence of the night, the blueprints for tomorrow laid out before him. As he gazed at the plans, his thoughts drifted to the possibilities that lay ahead, the challenges, the innovations, and the victories. In the quiet of the facility, Hex Knighthawk stood as a guardian of the future, ready to usher in a new dawn of balance and harmony between man, machine, and the natural world. Chapter 6. The Algorithm of Nature. The first light of dawn spilled over the cobblestone streets of Portland, painting the city in hues of gentle amber and soft gold. The day promised a fresh start, a canvas upon which the potential of human ingenuity and natural resilience could be illustrated. Within the sanctuary of the facility, Hex Knighthawk stood before his team, the blueprints of their ambitious project laid out like a map to a brighter future. "Our actions today," Hex began, the morning light casting his shadow long across the room, "will set into motion the wheels of a sustainable tomorrow. Marco, your development of the environmental shield AI is at the forefront of this new dawn." Marco Alvarez, connecting remotely with a spark of anticipation in his eyes, nodded. "I've dubbed it Gaia's algorithm. It's not just a tool, but a testament to what we can achieve when we mimic nature's own processes and learn from its incomparable efficiency." The room, filled with the soft hum of machinery and the silent resolve of its occupants, held a collective breath as Marco detailed the workings of Gaia's algorithm. This AI doesn't just respond to environmental threats, it anticipates them, using vast datasets to model and predict outcomes. Like a forest that adapts to season changes, Gaia's algorithm will evolve, learning from every anomaly it encounters. Alara Vance, her curiosity piqued, leaned closer. So it mirrors the adaptability of natural ecosystems? Exactly, Marco confirmed with a nod. The more data it processes, the more nuanced its understanding becomes, allowing for preemptive actions that align with the rhythms of the natural world. Hex regarded his team with pride, witnessing the integration of their diverse expertise into a unified strategy. This harmonious approach, blending Alara's bioremediation efforts with our technological advancements, epitomizes the balance we strive for. The workshop buzzed with activity, each member contributing to Gaia's algorithm's refinement. Tech Lansing, his fingers flying over keyboards, worked alongside Marco to bolster the AI's security parameters, ensuring its protection against cyber threats. Simultaneously, Marina Waters and Joseph Tech Lansing delved into the environmental data pools, enriching Gaia's foundation with real-world insights. As the day progressed, the team tested Gaia's algorithm against simulated threats, ranging from chemical spills to unconventional pollutants. With each test, the AI demonstrated remarkable predictive capability, weaving together seemingly disparate data threads into a coherent narrative of prevention and action. Gaia doesn't just predict, it advises, Marco explained, a hint of awe in his voice. It offers actionable solutions, harnessing everything from bioremediation protocols to mechanical interventions, all inspired by the natural world's own survival strategies. The implications of their work dawned on each team member, a realization of the magnitude of their potential impact. Hex, watching the simulated demonstrations, saw not just the success of their project, but the blueprint for a new era of environmental stewardship. As Gaia learns, so do we, Hex mused aloud. It's a symbiotic relationship, each discovery a step closer to understanding the intricate web of life that sustains this planet. The day waned into evening, the sky a cascade of fiery reds and deep purples, mirroring the passion and commitment that fueled the team. As they wrapped up their tests, the conversation turned toward the future, envisioning the countless applications of their work. Imagine deploying Gaia's algorithm on a global scale, Ilara said, her voice alight with possibility. We could transform the way the world approaches environmental conservation, shifting from reactive measures to a model of predictive care and restoration. Hex nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon, where the setting sun met the sea in a line of molten gold. Today, we've laid the groundwork for that future. It's up to us and those who follow to carry this torch forward, illuminating the path toward a harmonious existence with the world we call home. As night descended upon Portland, the facility stood as a lighthouse of innovation, its occupants guardians of a vision for the future. In the quiet that followed their departure, Hex lingered, his thoughts with Gaia's algorithm, the embodiment of their hope that technology and nature together could write the algorithm of a sustainable Earth. This chapter, and the work it described, was not just a narrative of progress, but a pledge to the future. A promise that within the echo of tomorrow lay the harmony of man, machine, and nature, united in purpose and action. Chapter 7. Undercurrents of Change. The moon cast a silver glow over Portland, its serene light a stark contrast to the flurry of activity within the innovation hub. Tonight, the facility was alive with a different kind of energy, one sparked not by the rush of breakthrough innovation, but by contemplation and discourse. Hex Knighthawk gathered his team for a crucial discussion, one that would navigate the philosophical undercurrents of their mission. As we stand on the brink of a new era in environmental conservation, brought closer by Gaia's algorithm, it's imperative that we reflect on the ethical dimensions of our work, Hex initiated, his voice resonant in the quiet of the workshop. The team, usually animated by the thrill of innovation, settled into a thoughtful silence, understanding the gravity of Hex's call to introspection. Ilara Vance, her scientific rigor balanced by a deep moral compass, was the first to articulate the dilemma. Our capability to predict and intervene in natural processes grants us unprecedented power. The power to preserve, yes, but also the potential to alter the course of ecosystems. Where do we draw the line between guardianship and interference? Marco Alvarez, connected through the glow of a screen, leaned forward, his usual buoyancy tempered by the seriousness of the debate. It's about intent and impact, he offered. Our technology should serve as a gentle guide, not a heavy hand, fostering resilience, not dependency. The conversation unfurled like the layers of an intricate web, each thread revealing deeper questions of responsibility, balance, and the unforeseen consequences of their actions. Tech, whose digital prowess was matched by an ethical acuity, raised a concern that struck at the core of their mission. We're entwining ourselves with the natural world in ways humanity never has before. What happens if our technology becomes so integral that it alters the very essence of the ecosystems we aim to protect? This question hung in the air, a specter of unintended consequences that no algorithm could predict. It was Annika Brame, with her